Hey y'all, Zach McDonald, your real estate agent here with Real Property Associates. And today's question that every home buyer should ask is, when do I take possession of my house or condo? This possession date is typically on the day of closing. So most contracts are written that at 9 p.m. on the day of closing is when you get to take possession as the buyer. A lot of times I'll actually write in there by 5 p.m. because that's actually when closing happens. So there's no need for that delayed possession in most situations. Now, in some cases, you can take possession early, but that rarely ever happens. What I see more commonly is actually a delayed possession after closing. So that might look like the seller needs a couple more weeks to move out of the house. This actually happened in my own personal situation. The seller wanted 2 months to rent back the house. A lot of times in a competitive situation, a buyer can sweeten the deal by allowing a seller to remain in that house after closing and do it for free. So a lot of times you'll see 1 month, 6 weeks, free rent back, allow them to stay there, and then when they're ready, they can move out earlier, but it allows them that time. In my situation, we negotiated an off-market purchase, so we were actually able to get a reduced rent. So we did charge them rent, but it was a reduced amount based on what the market rent would be. So they agreed to it like that. So I know that it was well below the market, but it made sense for them. It allowed them to stay in the house. It allowed us to recoup a little bit of cash, but all of that's negotiable. But typically if it's competitive, you would be giving that as an offer for free. And I see lots of clients do that. But the most common form of delayed possession is going to be that rent back situation. So typically though, possession is going to happen on the day of closing. And that's also when you'll get to get your keys.